Hi, I'm Chris. For those of you who haven't seen these before, every month I do a quick update of how I'm doing health wise and well being wise. This is the update for September. It's a little bit late. I'll get into that in a little bit. I mainly focus on the weight loss, the exercise, the mental health, and just a general how I'm doing thing. Weight loss, I can't really give an update. I weigh myself at work, and I haven't been in work for a couple of weeks, so I don't know how I'm doing. My diet hasn't been great. I'm doing okay snack wise, treat wise, kind of resistant temptation sometimes, but my exercise has kind of gone down. I've kind of gone up a little bit from where it was in August and the start of September, but I'm still kind of not back to where I was. So I kind of need to push myself to get out and get a bit more exercise, walk more. So my weight has probably gone up a little bit, maybe stayed the same. I feel heavy, um, heavier than I was earlier in the year. Sorry about this. But I kind of expect that now. So yeah, going to push myself to exercise a bit more as we go into October, as October goes on. What about mental health? Now, mental health is the reason I've been signed off work. I had a big conversation with it about my wife, no, with my wife about it. I'd I was getting ready to go back to work. I'd been ill physically, and I'd missed a couple of days. And I was getting ready for my first shift back, and I was stressing and I was dreading it. And we lockdown was starting up again, and I just had a really good talk with my wife really about it, and kind of made me realize just how bad my mental health has been. I've had like bouts of depression since since I was about 19, 20. I think my first one was when I was in uni, the first one I really remember in my second year. And I kind of just lost all like kind of drive, wasn't focusing on anything, was drinking a lot, trying to cover up that I was feeling really low. Um, so yeah, um, fell into one in April. Kind of got through that first one because I had some time off from work, but I think from then until now, even though I haven't been low all the time, I'm not getting back to. I haven't really got back to a stable, healthy place. There's constantly like low level anxiety. There's constant, about what's going on with COVID and stuff. There's constant stress with work. There's kind of a lot of complicated feelings about work at the moment. You know, wanting to not wanting to be there, and I'm kind of struggling with that. So, and how I view myself because of how I feel about my job, and it's just been really rough. So, talking to my wife, I kind of realized that I haven't been good for a long time. Like I haven't been bad consistent like constantly, but my good patches have been really brief, and they've not been fully good. Like I don't know what to say really. I mean, if you had a scale, let's say like 3 is all right, like you're getting by. 5 is amazing, and like 1 is terrible. I've been grinding along at 2 and 3 for like most of the year. Like just getting by. Like maybe I've had like little blips where I've hit 4 where I felt good, but I've mainly just been grinding it out, kind of feeling bad or just meh. So I was kind of rough. Uh, Spoke to the area mental health team about it. Uh, they were really great. Spoke to them on the phone, kind of opened up about everything, about the stress, about the kind of the way I feel about myself, the way I feel about work, the dread I have going in sometimes, and they've signed me off. My GP has signed me off for a month. I've started taking some meds, and yeah, it is helping. I'm off work though, so I'm not entirely sure how much is the meds and how much is just having one of the stress factors removed. I'm probably still only at about a 3 if I'm using that scale, but it does feel like an improvement. I feel a little bit less stressed. I guess it's kind of a mixture of depressed, stressed, anxious, all that jazz. So I don't know how long I'm going to be off for. My sick note runs out in a couple of weeks. Um, how I feel then, I'm kind of worried that at the moment I'm just in a good patch. Anyway, the meds might be helping, but they might just be one of the contributing factors. And I could hit a low again. It's peaks and troughs for me. It's never, I dip in and then I always just ride them out. But at the moment, I haven't been able to ride it out because I haven't got back to that kind of even keel properly. I haven't got back to feeling good, just got back to feeling not bad. Yes, it's been rough. This is kind of going to be a long one, but I'm going to try and wrap it up. My self-care, part of the reason I wanted to start taking meds was because I can normally push through these things, my low points on my own, with my self-care, with exercising, with doing stuff. But I've been struggling to do that because I don't, like I said, I've never got to the stage where I'm in that stage to start looking after myself. I've constantly been feeling bad. So it's been rough. But I feel a little bit better. I just got to see how it goes now. So yeah, October, I'm trying to get out more, trying to go out most days. Weather's not been great, but I'm trying to, keep my exercise up. I'm filling my days a bit better. I'm kind of avoiding doing the stuff that kind of passes the time but doesn't feel good. Doesn't make me feel like I've done anything. So I'm writing again. I've started reading a bit more again. I haven't read a full book in all of lockdown, which is crazy. Before that, I was knocking out a book like every week or once a fortnight around work. And reading is something I've always loved. It's something which makes me feel good. I just haven't focused on it. I haven't read a single book in like 6 months, which for me is it's probably the longest I've gone without reading a book since I learned to read, probably. So that's kind of bad. So I'm kind of doing that. That's part of my self-care, is kind of giving myself a distraction. I'm writing. My writing's going really well. I'm really happy with that. I'm trying to exercise more. I'm trying to be more open and talk about how I feel, because that really helped, just having that big conversation with my wife. Before that, I'd had a really big conversation with one of my mates. That was really cool. And it trying not to just bottle it up. So reaching out to get help. I know a lot of people are critical of the NHS mental health services. I know a lot of people won't have had the experience I had. I got to talk to someone within a week. I got to talk to someone who knew what they were talking about, who listened to me, and I've had great support from my GP. I appreciate how lucky I am, and I'm just hoping that I can kind of keep going. I'm looking for a new job. There's not much out there at the moment. I think work is one of the factors that's been contributing to my mood, to how bad I felt. And maybe it's time for a change, and I'm just going to try and look after myself. So goals for October are get my steps up, my miles up, because I didn't do that much lot in September. Be a bit healthier, keep trying to resist temptation with the snacks, which is, like I said, is hit and miss, but I'm trying. And just to kind of focus on doing my self-care stuff like exercise and stuff. So yeah, October the 13th at the moment. It's been all right this month so far. Like I said, I feel better, but let's hope that continues, isn't it? So thanks. If you have mental health problems, if you're struggling with stress, depression, please reach out to someone, a friend, a colleague. Talk to your boss. If your boss is going to be understanding, talk to your GP if you feel that you might benefit from the extra help with medication. I know not everyone wants to go the medication route, but I think it does, for some people it will help. I think sometimes you just need that kind of as a support so that you can get to the stage where you help yourself. That's how I'm viewing it for me. So yeah, look after yourselves, look after each other, be excellent to each other. I'll see you in about a month. Bye.